So, yesterday I had the privilege of going to see Wallo at Semicolon bookstore, one of her newest bookstores downtown Michigan, right, in Chicago. And unknown to me, like I didn't know that this was an event to help young black men, right? It's like it was a young black boys mentorship program there, and that makes sense, right? Because Wallo is a black man who's overcome so many obstacles, and so it was a lot of young men there, and mainly everyone that asked questions, they were all young men, right? And everyone's dealing with different adversities and coming from the inner city communities, right, here in Chicago. Even if you're not in Chicago, you know, if you're in an inner city, you understand the challenges that we face when you look how we look, right? And it was just really interesting how all these young boys had similar, like literally everyone asked the same question in a different format, right? We all have different things going on. But it shows up the same, right? It shows up in our insecurities, right? And our lack of confidence, right? And our inability to recognize blessings, right? And our inability to manage stress, right? And our inability to know which way to go, or our inability to have discernment, right? Knowing who to listen to, knowing which way to go, knowing what to do, right? And I don't know, it was just really cool because I was just like, listen, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or I'm bigger than anybody, anything like that, but it was just really cool being in that room, hearing from all those young men, seeing all those young men hungry for knowledge, hungry for more, hungry for wealth and success. And, and I'm sitting there, and of course I got context and everything like that, but it was really cool because with every single question that those young men asked, I literally had an answer. And my answer every single time was, we need to tap more into ourselves, right? Young man, come do yoga, right? Even if you don't do it with me, let me give you a yoga mat, right? Let me introduce you to having awareness, having presence, right? To be able to be present, to have intention, to be intentional every single day you wake up. And therefore, that's going to have you better connected to source, right? Better connected to God, better connected to yourself. You'll know who you are. Oh my goodness, it was one young man that came up there, and he was saying, the way he said his name, all of these young men, they knew who they were, right? They were able, my name is so-and-so, so-and-so. And it was just beautiful. It was really beautiful to see. And now I'm trying to figure out, the best way I can help, right? The best way I can help. Because like I said, I do yoga, and I'm a big advocate for yoga. I'm a big advocate for all type of movement. It's a mindful movement, right? Like I said, the awareness, the presence, the intention, and then the connection, right? To be alert is to be alive. We know that. If you're from Chicago, any type of hood, you know that. To be alert is to be alive. So why can't you also be alert and aware of your emotions, aware of how you're feeling, right? You should know the cause and effect of everything, right? It's the law of attraction. We have all these different laws in nature. We know there's gravity, right? Like you have to be able to think your way through things, right? Violence is not always the answer. Actually, it's never the answer, right? You're more of a bigger person when you can talk and rationalize things through your words, right? And therefore that'll lead to better actions, right? And therefore that'll lead to just positivity all around. So I just really want to encourage everybody today, if you haven't tried yoga or meditation, I really encourage you to try it. And it's really cool because guess what the definition of meditation is? The definition of meditation is to end suffering. And what are we all going through? Everyone is suffering. It's really cool because we all have so much in common. If you don't know, I'm a nurse. And so it's really interesting to me. I've always wondered, what's more impactful and what's more beautiful, nature or the human body, right? Because we know, if you don't know, all our bodies operate the same. All our bodies operate the same, right? Whatever you're feeling right now, I'm guarantee you there's someone else feeling it. If we're not feeling it, we probably felt it before, or we will feel it. So we are all pretty much the same. There's only a few rare occasions that we are not the same, that we are not alike, but we have more things in common than we do differences. So therefore, you can end your suffering, whatever form, if that's pain, if it's grief, if it's whatever it is, the stress, whatever it is, you can eliminate that. You can decrease that. Meditate, right? Learn to meditate, right? Before I didn't understand how you just think about nothing. And then I started thinking about nothing. Changed my life. Changed my life. I wouldn't be standing here today telling you this if it wasn't true. You have to look at who you're taking advice from, right? If you wouldn't trade shoes with that, whoever you're taking advice from, don't take advice from them. Period. Okay? Love y'all best. See you.